Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal doing the Mr. Informal podcast. This is the 94th edition, episode 94, edition 94, whatever you want to call it, of the Mr. Informal podcast. I am Mr. Informal. Hope you are doing well today. It's almost at the end of the month. This is the shortest month in the 12-month calendar. So, don't forget to add me on mrinformal.com. On Instagram, that's Mr. Informal, MISTERINFORMAL. And then, check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. So, these are the 4 topics for today. Number 1, apparently, fashion brands are collaborating with snacks and food and water, all kinds of collaborations when it comes to food. Number 2, Banana Republic has collaborated with Postmates. What does that mean in terms of delivery? That's going to be interesting. Number 3, fashion show are being canceled due to, well, I'm pretty sure you know, the coronavirus. It's quite an intense virus. Hopefully I don't get it. You never know. Gotta protect myself. Can't go on giving up. Gotta at least try. Number 4, seems like every brand's stores are doing weekly drops. And so I'm going to give you my take on these so-called weekly drops. And those are the 4 topics for this podcast. Let's go ahead and start it. From the article of retaildive.com titled Oreos Get Supremely Stuffed. The fashion label team up with a popular snack brand to sell yet another absurdly overpriced item people likely already own. So, I'm not sure if you know, but Supreme has collaborated with Oreos, and so basically the cream filling stays the same, except the top and bottom becomes red. And it is sold out. Not only that, we also see Off-White or Virgil Abloh collaborate with Evian, and McDonald's is designing burger scent candles. Unbelievable. As you know, KFC, Human Made has collaborated with KFC, and so let's check this out. First of all, I don't hate this. I actually like this, but it has to be done well. The one that Supreme did with Oreos, I wasn't impressed with it because that's it. All you changed was the color of the black part, and you kept the white, the cream filling white. Why not just have the cream filling be red too? So, not only that, I like the Human Made one with the KFC. That was pretty good. McDonald's is making a burger scented candles. I'm not really a fan of that because why do I want my house to smell like burgers? Not only that, some of the scented are buns, ketchup, pickle. Really, I want my house to smell like pickles. Maybe some people do. Some people, there's a lot of weird people out there, but that's just me. And the Off-White one with Evian bottle, water is water. I guess the only change was the labeling outside the bottle, but that was it. So, for me to like something when it comes to food and fashion, it has to be done well, tastefully done. So with this, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Some collaborations are good, some are not. But I guess when there's hype around it, people love it. Me personally, it just depends. And the recent one is with Supreme. If people like eating Supreme Oreo cookies, that's them. But apparently it's making hype. It's It's being sold on eBay at reseller stores at a huge amount of price. I didn't know Oreos could go that much, but apparently anything that Supreme touches suddenly turns into gold, and it also sells out. The one with Human Made and KFC, I wish Human Made did a special type of recipe with KFC, but they didn't. It was more of a merchandise, and they just put the KFC logo. And so that's basically my take on it, but I'm sure there will be more of these in the future. So another article from Retail Dive article, Banana Republic introduces Postmates delivery option. So Banana Republic announced Wednesday that it is launching its first demand delivery service with Postmates in New York City and Southern California, according to a company press release. Customer provided goods on the retail website and either select buy online, pick up in store, and choose delivery with Postmates for the release. Shoppers within delivery radius won't have to pay a delivery fee. The on-demand delivery service is meant to assist customers in addressing unforeseen wardrobe problems or getting customers the right clothing for various occasions. Since Amazon has lured shoppers with the promised 2-day delivery as part of their Prime membership, the retailers have been racing to keep up growing demand for fast, free fulfillment. Amazon ships to 1-day shipping has both boosted the company's sales but also taken a bite off its profits. Other retailers have aimed to keep up, but there's some precedents for clothing retailers to test out faster shipping. Macy's, for example, has started same-day delivery in a few markets. American Apparel has also introduced 1-hour delivery via Postmates back in 2016. Old Navy, which is like Banana Republic under the Gap Inc. umbrella, has been using Postmates for some time to drive holiday sales. You know what? I actually like this idea. And if you are within the delivery radius, could be a mile, could be 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles even, the delivery fee is actually not charged. There is no delivery fee. Now, I don't understand why Banana Republic is using Postmates. I guess the only answer is Old Navy, Gap has been Old Navy has been using Postmates, but why not use Uber? Why not use Lyft? Why use Grubhub? Why use Postmates? I mean, there's so many ways of delivery. Why stick to Postmates? Probably Postmates gave them a better offer compared to the other competition. But in terms of process and in terms of the principle of the idea, it's actually pretty nice to have. Not only that, there are certain situations where a customer really wants this item, or it could be an event, it could be traffic, it could be whatever, so and so, or you couldn't make it. This type of delivery makes sense. Not only that, they're also competing with Amazon, but I think when it comes to clothing, Amazon can be Banana Republic. I still prefer Banana Republic items compared to Amazon, but that's just me. So maybe, I don't think they're competing yet. I don't think so. I still think in terms of fashion, I still go with Banana Republic. But in terms of faster delivery, this is a pretty good idea. I want to see how it is in the next year or so. Not only that, I'm going to guarantee that a lot of brands will do this too. I mean, a lot of brands are already doing this, but I mean, it's going to become mainstream. It's not just a few brands, it's also basically the fashion industry. The whole brands is gonna do this. You know, they're gonna use third-party deliveries. Like, screw FedEx, screw USPS. You might as well do this. I mean, obviously you're gonna use FedEx if the other person's out of state, but what I mean is that if you are within the store and you can't go over there due to some reason, whatever it may be, this is a great idea. And I want to know, what's the limit though? Like, how much do you have to order for anybody to get it delivered. There has to be a certain limit. It can't just be, okay, I'm going to spend $20 and I'm going to have it delivered. No, that doesn't make sense. I think they should put a limit. I think it could be $50, $100, whatever it may be. So, hey, this is a pretty good idea. I can't wait for it to actually blossom. Moving on to the third topic from Bloomberg. Article states, coronavirus fear closed doors at Armani fashion show. So, the women's fall-winter 2021 fashion show will be held behind closed doors. This is a preventive measure decided by Mr. Armani to support national efforts in safeguarding public health. Watch the live stream. So, the fashion crowd put a defiant face against the spread of new virus, packing runway shows on the last big day of Milan Fashion Week on Sunday, even as Giorgio Armani made the last-minute decision to stream his latest collection from an empty theater out of concerns for guest health. Wow. Condé Nast artistic director Anna Wintour took her usual spot in front row of Dolce & Gabbana across from a gaggle of global social media TikTok influence, none of whom were deterred by the spreading virus that had put about a dozen northern Italian towns on lockdown. So later that day, Lombard officials closed theaters, cinemas, and every other places like discos and pubs where people might crowd for at least 7 days, as confirmed cases in Italy jumped to at least 152. Wow. So, this is a big deal. A virus like this, it's definitely hurtful. For a virus to basically close or cancel lets you know that it's a public safety hazard. A paragraph from an article: the economic impact of the virus on the wider industry remains a concern. At least 1,000 Chinese journalists, buyers, and industry insiders couldn't travel from China. Not only that, it was the first time the 48-year-old Milan fashion house has taken such a step out of public health concerns, though Armani did stage a show in an empty venue in Paris in 1998 after officials says Big Ten posed a safety hazard. Wow. So, it certainly is a big deal. I mean, there are people out there who wants to see fashion show no matter what health reason that may be, but I can understand his point and I can understand his concerns. Am I mad about it? No. Should you be mad about it? No. If you travel all the way somewhere and to watch a fashion show just for it to close, well, you can't be mad because it's a public safety concerns. Because if you are in a crowded place and suddenly everybody gets it, well, whose fault was it? Then you can't blame them for this to be for the closure or cancellation. It is interesting that this virus has basically affected all kinds of sectors of the world, whether it be fashion, production, business, communication, marketing. I mean, it's everywhere. And I mean, not just China, not just Asia, but basically everywhere now. I mean, this virus spreads quickly. Reminds me of the movie Contagion. I mean, I don't think it's as... I'm not going to say now. I'm not going to go there. But for a virus to close up shop, for a virus to cancel these types of events, is certainly saying something. And I'm not taking this lightly. I mean, you may make jokes or make fun of, but I mean, as you can tell, it's news every day. The count goes up. I mean, what else is there? We can't ignore it any longer. We can't joke around any longer. Sooner or later, we all must take into account that we have to stay indoors, or we have to prevent ourselves and take precautions. And hopefully everybody does. And for the last topic of this podcast, let's talk about weekly drops. So a lot of brands are doing weekly drops. Every week it seems like there's different types of items, or sometimes it's exclusive. and now a lot of companies, a lot of stores are doing it. Weekly drops. It's just one of those limited time thing that they offer to the consumers, whether it be limited editions, exclusivity, or something they bring back, or something old and then they bring it back, and then could be they're selling it at MSRP. And so it has occurred to me that more and more brands are doing this, a lot of consumers are actually buying into this. They think that, hey, if I don't get this, it's not gonna come back again, and so consumerism takes over. I mean, business is business. This is capitalism at its finest. But I do have to say to the consumers that just be careful not to buy things every week, because you may not need it. You may need to save for something else, something bigger than these weekly drops. At the same time, I tell the business, keep doing this, but you could, when you do these type of drops, please offer something exclusive. Please offer something new and unique, not just ordinary items, or not just something you could see off eBay, or something that you could see off other stores or your competition. It has to be unique. To me, if it's unique, these types of weekly drops will survive. But if it's not, then it's becoming too common. Just like the thing with mass drop. They keep doing it, and then suddenly it became normal. It's not mass drop anymore. They just call it a drop. Now, I know it's kind of different, but here's the thing. I like mass drop idea because it's consumer based. It's not the company who's running the show. The consumers requested it. But with this, the business is actually doing it. So the consumers don't have the power to let the business know what they want. So it's a 50-50 type of situation. Some weekly drops may be good, some weekly drops maybe not, but I don't see this as a sustainable idea to a store if the items that are being sold is not unique. I think only a few companies can do this. Probably Supreme, Bape, basically any type of streetwear brands that have exclusive items or limited edition items. I mean, that's the only way I could see this. But why call it a weekly drop? Why not just call it a monthly drop? I think a monthly drop would be much more sustainable than a weekly drop. You have 52 weeks in a year, but in a monthly drop you got 12 drops a year. So that's actually much more limited and much more exclusive than a weekly drop. And so it is interesting that brands are doing this. I mean, it's obvious they want to drive up sales, they want to drive up profits. The marketing is there. They want to basically show to consumers, hey, sign up for us because we got these weekly drops. Not only that, we got great items, we got great customer service and intuitive store designs, and so come with us. And consumers have taken notice. Now, I don't have the numbers. I just know that, consumers have taken notice, whether it be Instagram, whether it be just their favorite brands, so and so. But man, I can't believe that every year there's always something new that businesses attract consumers. And I mean, it is what it is. It's from a business standpoint, it's great. It's a great idea. From a consumer standpoint, it's not a great idea because you might lose money. You might get bankrupt just buying all these weekly drops. But that's exactly what I'm saying. To consumers out there, you gotta watch out. You have to at least be resistant to these things. And I know there's trillions of people out there, so you may not have to worry because you're just one of them. But at the same time, businesses are looking for these types of consumers. And so it is interesting that a lot of that weekly drops are becoming a trend. in the fashion industry and also e-commerce, definitely. And I won't be surprised if this become a thing, if this becomes widespread and it is adopted. But at the same time, if this thing keeps going, it won't be a weekly drop anymore. It's almost like a sales thing. So I think a monthly drop would be much better because it actually prolongs and the time is there. So you have to have patience, and certainly you have more time to curate items. So that is basically it for the Mr. Informal 94 podcast. I hope you enjoy yourself listening to me. I hope I gave you some insights. I hope you learned something new. And don't forget to add me on Instagram, MISTRINFORMAL. And then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.